Unity stand. Thank you, everyone. We're not going to do any war cries as we walk, but we are going to be, if you feel like silently praying or praying, whatever you like, but we'll just do a couple now while we're waiting for the police to shut the street. So we're going to say, what do you want? Palliative care. When do you want it now, okay? Can everyone say that? What do you want? Palliative care. When do you want it? Now. What do you want? Palliative care. When do you want it? Now. What do we want? Palliative care. When do we want it? Now. So compassion never kills. Ready? Compassion never kills. 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 Awesome. And how about reject the bill? Reject the bill. Ready? Reject the bill. 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 Good one. Should we have a vote? Who wants to do war cries as we walk, and who thinks we should be silent? So if you think war cries, which is life cries, put up your hand. Or if you think quiet, put up your hand. Oh, pretty quiet. How about again? If you want war cries, hand. Okay. I think we're going to do that, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. So we will do life battle cries, okay? So let's have some fun in this very difficult situation, and let's believe God's going to do a miracle. Thank you so much. We love you guys.
Paul Keating, former Prime Minister, talked about euthanasia legislation in this nation, and he said that this was a threshold moment in Australia, a threshold that we should never cross. And I have to say, for one of the few times in my life, I agree with Labor Prime Minister Paul Keating. Anthony Albanese, in weighing up the last election loss that Labor had federally, said they realised that Labor had let down people of the faith communities of Australia. They realised that silent Australians, quiet Queenslanders of a faith, even of a nominal faith, were very disillusioned with the Labor Party, and that he was going to do something about it, so that he would be a Prime Minister that represented all Australians. Well, look at what we've got this week in the Parliament. Is that how the Australian Labor Party responds to people of faith in our nation, whether Christian or Muslim or what other faith they belong to? The faith communities are constantly under attack in this nation because of those values. See, what I've come to realise is this bill is not about medicine. It's not a medical agenda. The ANA is not up there pushing this along. This is a political agenda. It's a woke political agenda that is not tolerant, that is not really about autonomy of your lives. It's a woke agenda that is purely populist politics today. It's sad, it's bad, it's mad, and it's bad. It's sad because there's a solution you've heard about here today. Top class. Gold class, palliative care, medicine is the solution to nearly every situation of somebody who finds himself in intolerable pain and suffering at end of life. It's sad because so many of the people around the world that access VAD or MAID, they access it for reasons like, I'm lonely, I'm sitting here in a nursing home with no purpose in life and nobody visiting me. They're tired of life. And that has now become a significant reason for people in other parts of the world that have VAD, MAID, that type of legislation, assisted suicide. I feel sad. They're lonely. They're tired of life. It's also bad because it's evil. To take a human life And as we see around the world, sometimes against their own will. Sometimes it's not voluntary, sometimes it's involuntary as a result of coercion and elder abuse. We see that it's bad because it actually only supports more suicide. It actually, anywhere around the world, bad has not reduced suicide, it's only increased it. We see it's sad, bad. Can I say it's also mad? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Well, you can go to all over the world and see this legislation being played out. We find coercion, we find elder abuse, we find more suicide, we find people being forced against their will. We find people not receiving the proper palliative care treatment that's more expensive and more difficult generally. It's mad. So I say, in rounding up my little session here today to you, I say to the Premier and all the MPs, kill the bill, not the patient. Kill the bill, not the patient. If you won't kill the bill, amend it, change it, do something to it. It's never going to be acceptable to me, but make it somehow a safer bill. And if they still won't do anything, if they won't do things like institutional conscientious objection to have freedom of religion still in this nation, then I say to people, take a very serious think about being involved in politics. Don't just vote on election day. Get involved with a party, get involved with an MP somewhere, a candidate who stands for what's right and will be strong all the way through, and get behind them and make the government pay. Thank you.